Education is the key to success and confidence when making decisions for your family. GBMC's Parent Education Program offers a full range of classes and services to help prepare every family for their newest edition. With me now is Lanny Dowell, Parent Education and Doula Coordinator at GBMC. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Happy to have you here. So talk about the classes and services that you have for expecting parents.
So we have classes that range from childbirth education classes to infant care, breastfeeding, CPR classes, sibling, babysitter classes, everything. There's just really from start to finish, full encompassing.
And talk about why it's so important. I remember when I was expecting my daughter and I was telling my parents that I was going to this parenting class. They're like, oh, we didn't do that back then. We just we were winging it.
For sure.
And I was like, yeah, I don't think we're supposed to do that.
It's nice to be a little bit more prepared than winging it.
Right, yeah.
And I think there are so many things that come out of education classes that you didn't realize. You didn't understand the concept, a product that you never even knew about, and now you've learned something about it and you might utilize it.
And there are a lot of new studies. I mean, I think the things that we were doing when we were younger with bumper cribs or cribs in the bumper and those, you just don't do it now.
Nope.
So these classes, they're not just for parents though, right? Grandparents can come and other caregivers?
Absolutely. Caregivers, child care providers, grandparents are huge because what my parents did, your parents did back when they had children has completely changed based on American Academy of Pediatric Safety. And so that change is something that we want to incorporate in the home.
And when I was reading this or reading about you, one of the things that I was impressed with the services that you sort of delineate between having a birth plan and a birth interview, which is something I never heard of. So can you describe the difference between the two?
Absolutely. Obviously, we all love a plan. We all think that we're going to make a plan. But what happens when we make a plan? You made a plan this morning to get up, to come to work, and that's exactly it. And it goes out the window. You hit traffic, something happened, your child got sick, and all of a sudden everything, you're off kilter. So I like to stick with a birth interview. I like to kind of give teasers. If this were to happen or that were to happen, what are your feelings about it? How do you feel like you would then change your mind about something? I think it allows people to be more open with intervention or ideas that they hadn't thought about, instead of making a plan and then feeling very discouraged that they didn't stick to exactly what they made. So
being a little too rigid with the plan.
It teaches us flexibility. You have a child, you know, you have to be flexible.
Yeah, I also had a birth plan and I had to be flexible as well because things didn't go according to plan. So, but it's still okay to have the plan, just make sure that you're open to if something happens.
It is, and I think a lot of people tend to pull plans right off the internet and it's a checkbox, where I think an interview is more or less, how would you feel about this, instead of, do you want this, this, and this? So it's more of a questionnaire type thing.
So where can parents go to get more information about the classes and the services that you offer?
They can go to the GBMC website for parent education. It's the www.gbmc.org/parented.
Okay. And then you've been offering this program for how long now?
Oh my gosh, over 20 years.
That's amazing.
It's fantastic.
What do you say to parents that are maybe nervous about this? I mean, first-time parents, especially, you've never done this before. What do you say to them about going through the process or starting the classes with you all?
Educate, ask questions, look at every single option. Stay offline. Don't Google things. Please don't Google anything. Ask somebody that knows. And it's not necessarily your girlfriend or your mother. It's somebody who does this every day that guides people through the process.
That's actually very, very, because you're going to get a lot of different people saying a lot of different things.
You don't want opinions.
The internet is very scary. It's like worst case scenario always. You want to go to the professionals. GBMC will have us with peace of mind.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.